Hi, this is Mads, and this is my explanation video talking about my piece for the final showcase. So what you're looking at right now is a piece of fan art for one of my favorite movies of all time, Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home. The story of Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home is the crew of the Enterprise, who is from the 23rd century, give or take, travels back in time to 21st century or 20th century Earth, to San Francisco, to try to find two whales to bring back with them to the future in order to repopulate the species, because humpback whales have gone extinct. So it's a movie about conservation and commercial whaling, a little bit in sort of a fantastical sci-fi setting, directed by Leonard Nimoy, and it's basically just a good time all around. And I love that it's so focused on marine mammals, and so that I can talk about it in the context of this class. So the story behind this is that I had originally promised a video essay about Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home, and then just with all the chaos of finals week, I wasn't able to make that happen. So sort of in the last minute, in the 11th hour, I was trying to figure out, what can I do for my final showcase? What can I do that I'll be passionate about that is still related to Star Trek IV? And so what I ended up doing was I found a Bob Ross tutorial. And so Friday of finals week, I'm sitting down, having done everything else, super stressed out, and I'm just following this Bob Ross tutorial on my tablet and sketching it out. And so I ended up having a really nice little seascape, and then I drew in the rest of the Star Trek elements, the little scene. So we've got this Klingon vessel that Captain Kirk is piloting and swooping in to save the humpback whales, George and Gracie, from commercial whalers. I dramatized the scene a little bit. I made it look a little bit more Moby Dickish rather than commercial whaling, which is actually what the whales in the movie were being threatened by. So basically what happens in Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home, they go back to San Francisco to the 20th century, sort of around in the 80s when the movie came out. So they're time traveling back in time to the era of the audience to find these humpback whales to repopulate the species. And the narrative that they're pushing is very much like humanity has destroyed the humpback whales through over-whaling, commercial whaling, really horrible time. We need to do our part to repopulate them, to help the whales come back. But in doing this, in creating sort of a narrative of humanity has killed the whales, humanity is so greedy, humanity is the problem, it really it obscures the fact that actually commercial whaling is what drove down the population of the humpback whales, not so much humanity hunting whales at all in general, which, because of course indigenous communities have been hunting marine mammals and lethally using marine mammals for ages and sustainably, and that has not been a problem. So it's honestly kind of a missed opportunity for Star Trek not to delve into that more, and instead of going to an indigenous community, they go to San Francisco and go to a zoo or an aquarium and find these humpback whales. So it really kind of shows Leonard Nimoy's lack of expertise on the whole topic. Even though he wanted to do sort of a movie about conservation, he didn't really have the expertise to pull it off. But nevertheless, it's a fun time, really silly movie. So I hope you enjoy the fan art. And yeah, thank you. Have a happy holidays.